What's up, everybody? Jeremy Donson here with e7musicschool.com. Today we're going to be doing Beat It by Michael Jackson. As always, if you like this video, please do be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, my email is below, jeremy@e7musicschool.com. Here we go. Let's show you the beat for this song. Alright, so that is the beginning part, and the crashes I did are actually not in the song, but yeah, just so you know, those are not actually in there. Okay, so here we go. So what the beat is here that he's playing is this. So what you're going to do is you're going to do bass and snare in, right, to start off, bass and snare in, and then afterwards there's three basses. A lot of people that I've seen drum or talked to about this song think that it's this, right, or this, which honestly, either one of those is okay to do that. Like if you did that for the whole song, it would be okay. For example, or so either one of those would work, but it's not quite what he's doing. All right, so here's what he actually does. So you do bass and snare in, and then three basses. Okay, so bass and snare and bass and both and bass. All right, so basically it's the same thing again, but you do bass with snare drum that next time. Right, that's it. Now, so I'm going to show you the next part of the beat, and then we're going to adjust our hi-hat a bit, and I'll show you that in a second. All right, so now we have bass, snare, bass, both, bass, snare, and then we do this. Right, so let's listen to that once. Okay. All right, so we have bass, snare, bass, bass, snare, 1, 2, bass, both, right? So on the end part, we're going to go bass and snare, and then two hi-hats. Now, we could count this, but I have found that most people really benefit more from just saying what you're playing, bass or and or snare, instead of counting. Now, counting certainly is fine, but for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to say what you're going to play. Okay, so you're going to go bass and snare, 1, 2. So you have two hi-hats there. Bass and snare, 1, 2. Bass and snare, 1, 2. Now let's put that together with the first section. Ready, go. Right, and there we have it. Now, after you do the 1, 2 here, bass and snare, 1, 2, you're going to do this. So you're going to do bass, bass, and that last bass is with the snare drum. So it's bass both in a sense, right? So bass and snare, 1, 2, bass, both the bass and the snare drum. Like so. Now, putting it all together, 1, 2, ready, go. Now, one more thing, you notice that I do an and in between, or a hi-hat in between at the end. So if you add that, it's simply going to be bass and snare, 1, 2, bass, both, and start over, right? Bass and snare, 1, 2, bass, snare, boom. So you're just going to add one hi-hat at the end, and that gives us this. right? So it gives us that beat. All right, now a couple other things. Number one is the intro. So let's see what he does. I'm starting at about 20 seconds here. Okay, so at the beginning we're going to do snare, snare, crash with the bass, and then he goes right to the beat. So it's okay. So we're going to do snare, snare, crash, bass, and that second bass starts the beat. So it's snare, snare, crash, bass, snare, bass, 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 right? Slower. Okay. All right, so now that we know the intro, we know the beat, the next step is to show you the hi-hat, how the hi-hat is truly played for this beat. So this is a rocking hi-hat. You're going to be accenting the downbeat here. So instead of just doing this, you're going to do this. Right? So, if you are not comfortable with the rocking hi-hat, definitely pause the video, practice rocking hi-hat. I'm going to show you how to do this, how to do this properly. Molar method's very, very popular. Just basically, I'll just show you what you're going to be doing. So you're going to hit shaft, and then you're going to raise your wrist and hit with the tip of the stick, right? Shaft, tip, tip. And it's like I'm rolling my wrist into it, right? Also, you can squeeze with your fingertips, and then just if you just go up like that, kind of like T-Rex style, that's what I call it, because you kind of bend your wrist like that. Then you'll have a softer hit because you're hitting with the tip of the stick on top as you're going up, right? So shaft is heavier sound because you're using more of the stick and you're hitting it flat. And then tip is going to be softer because it's only the tip of the stick, but you're also going upwards, which is very helpful to keep it softer, right? Okay, so if you're not comfortable with that, definitely pause, practice that for a bit. Now, if that just proves to be too much at this tempo, don't worry about it. Just play, however you can. Bass. It's okay if you don't do the rocking hi-hat, basically, but he is doing that. So you want to try to get that going. And if you have any trouble with it, you can always reach out to me, and I am happy to help you. All right, so here we go. So now putting it together with that rocking hi-hat, I find that it's helpful to identify what notes or what parts of the beat hit with this accent. It just is super helpful. Okay, so basically on this beat, you're going to be doing the accent on every bass and snare so far. Right? And that's helpful. Bass, snare, bass, bow, bass, snare. Right? So far, it's quite simply just the bass. If the bass or snare hits, it's an accent. It's the downbeat, right? So you're accenting a downbeat. Your non-accent is your upbeat. All right, now it changes here though. So we got bass, snare, bass, both, bass, snare, bass, snare. Bass, snare. So the reason why this next one is a bit challenging is because you have a bass on the and that is not accented, and then the next bass and snare is accented. So in a sense, you're doing bass and hi-hat tip with the tip of the stick. And then you're doing all three with accent. The hi-hat is accented, right? So we go from this to this, this to this. So it's challenging because your arm is not going to want to do that. Your hand is not going to want to do that. It's going to want to just go like that until that section's done. But let's do it slower from the beginning of the beat. Here we go. Bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare, 1, 2, bass, snare, right? And then we start it over. So watch again. Ready? Go. Okay, definitely practice that until it gets really, really comfortable, because that is going to be a challenge for sure. All right, guys, so I hope that was very, very helpful for you. Super fun song to play. It's largely repetitive after this, but there are many different little changes that he does that are actually pretty cool. So I'll be showing you those in the full song video breakdown. And if you want more details on that, go to the website, e7musicschool.com, and check it out. All right, guys, it was good to play this for you guys. I hope you enjoy, and as always, have fun, stay awesome, and rock on. Later, guys.